8-year assault on your Second Amendment freedoms has come to a crashing end. I like taking the guns early. Take the guns first, go through due process second.
Well, I say go fuck yourself. Then ask a question, could I kill a man?
What's up, everybody? Okay, let me get Restream Chat working. I think Restream Chat should still work. Don't think I got a copyright strike. It just turned it off. If I got a copyright strike, I wouldn't be able to stream right now. And I believe I am streaming right now.
Yeah.
So that was not a copyright strike. They just ended it. Wow. Okay, well, note to self, don't play that person ever again. My goodness. What's up, Mr. Tommy Boy 9? How you doing? So yeah, I thought, you know, I found a new song I wanted to share with all of you, but I didn't know it was gonna delete my shit. The hell, bro. It was a good song too. Well, we won't be playing that one again, but if you wanted to know that one, that was Raw Thoughts 4, and I forget exactly who that was. But we're not going to talk about that anymore. Mr. Tommy Boy 9, I am back on YouTube. If you want to come back over here, I had to restart everything. Apparently, DLive wasn't even working in the first place, so I don't know what happened there. But we are back on. It is 20 degrees in Chattanooga. Tennessee? Damn. I remember looking in the chat earlier, and I saw that excuse me. I saw that Gerald was slipping and sliding all the way to the mailbox. Gerald, that is exactly why I don't want to live in Maine. I do not find that fun. Do not. I have plenty of PTSD, or whatever you want to call it, from doing that in the past. So there you go. What's up, Irish? Played it. I don't know if you were here for the opening song, the original video chat that we were doing, but I got shut down. I usually just get a copyright, well, not copyright strike, but like a copyright, like they're going to take all your money, which is fine because I don't make no money. So at least somebody would make it. Not this guy. This guy is serious, man. Don't even use my shit or I will shut you down. Is that the main reason? I see what you did there, Mr. Tommy Boy. I am kind of curious still about Tennessee. A lot of things about Tennessee I like. A lot of things. As far as today, I got a new haircut. Same haircut, but I got one. I looked at the 3D printer for a while and said, screw it. And then did some other shit. So I really haven't done much. Buffering now? Yeah, it's going to buffer. It's going to buffer. It's 7 o'clock. My time is like prime time, internet time. And I have like really, really good internet and it still buffers. However, later on when I'm playing games on my Twitch and my gaming channel on YouTube, it'll be fine. It'll be perfect. 9 o'clock? Absolutely beautiful. Haters? Seriously, bro. I mean, like, what the hell? You don't want to get some extra revenue off your song? You know, I mean, I think yesterday's video got like, oh, let's check. Hold up. Yesterday's video got 13 views. You know, over on the main channel, I usually get about 100, 150 sometimes. There was a few examples though where like when everybody went to the Capitol the day before they went, that chat blew up. That got like 2,500 views, which was really good. I haven't had a video that did that well in a long time. I've had plenty of videos with millions of views each. So I've had it in the past. It's just been a very, very long time since I've had anything that went over, 2,000 views. So it's kind of nice. I ain't gonna lie. We only got 4 inches of that ice crap. Beats a foot of snow. Really? I'd rather have snow than ice. Ice is much worse in my opinion. PLA requires a 215 nozzle temp, so hopefully that fixes my problems. Well, I hope it does too. I don't know what to tell you, Irish. You're miles ahead of me. You're learning how to actually program this stuff and go into CAD and do 3D modeling and stuff. And I'm like, nope. I don't have the brain power nor the patience for that. Bikes and bullets. Good evening. 59 degrees here in Vegas. Yeah, you're a lot like us. We had a really warm day. I actually had to turn on the air conditioner when I went to get my hair cut today. Yeah, so that was a thing. Other than that, that's it. That's all I got for you on that. I was hoping to play that new song, but hopefully you saw it. I know some of you did. Anyway, let's get on to it. Biden and Dems to unveil amnesty bill for 11 million illegals. President Joe Biden and congressional Democrats are set to unveil an immigration reform bill later this week that would grant amnesty to more than 11 million illegal immigrants. The U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021 would provide a pathway to citizenship for all illegal immigrants, expand the refugee resettlement program, and deploy more technology to the southern border. The bill would also consider asylum processing for minors in neighboring countries who want to move the U.S., and expand benefits for dreamers or legal immigrants brought to the country as children. This plan is not only about fixing our broken immigration system, but building a better one that reunites families, brings the undocumented community out of the shadows and on a path to citizenship, stands up for human rights, addresses root causes of migration, and includes a smart border security strategy. Mendez, who is pushing the bill in the Senate, said in a statement. Representative Linda Sanchez, who is leading the legislation effort in the House, said it's vital that Biden keep his promise to work towards the immigration priorities he laid out during his first day in office. From our dreamers to the service workers and farmers pulling us through this pandemic, there are too many relying on this reform for us to fail, she said in a statement. I look forward to working with President Biden as well as my House colleagues to finally make our immigration system more functional, fair, and humane. To make sure the bill passes, Biden is considering splitting the bill into separate pieces so each can be negotiated. His first priority would be passing bills that immediately legalize farm workers and dreamers. Immigration experts, however, are worried that some of Biden's more radical proposals, such as blanket amnesty, will worsen the crisis at the border, providing a mass amnesty, especially during the Sniffle 19 pandemic and a difficult economic situation, is an affront to the American citizens and legal immigrants, Matthew Tragesser, a spokesperson for the Federation for American Immigration Reform, told the Daily Caller. A mass amnesty rewards individuals who have undermined federal and immigration laws, and it sends the wrong message. It is unconscionable to grant a pathway to citizenship to those who have knowingly crossed the border illegally or overstayed their visas. Excuse me. Where's my chat? Okay. Yes, but Satan's nutcracker hot there in the summer. Yeah, it is. I'll give you that, Irish. Both Vegas and Phoenix. Screw it. I do not want to be here in the summer. I wanted to live in a trailer and a truck so that I could, enjoy the best of both. But I don't think that's going to happen. We are not going to hear Biden. No, I don't know. Are we hearing Biden? There wasn't a video. Oh, E-Day Richard. This is a lot more. This is more like beads of snow plowed, cleared that crap up fast. He's on a town hall with CNN right now. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. 4 months ago. Is there anything live right now? Let's see. Boom. Live. No. Not that I can tell. Not that I can tell. You with UAC evening, Mr. TB9. How y'all doing? Everybody's doing good. Got a fireplace going, and it's nice and cozy here, says Mr. TB9. I do enjoy a nice fireplace on a cold day. His son turned 25 today. Man, I feel old. 25. Wow. That's, in my opinion, that's when you finally stop being a boy and you actually start, like, being an adult. You know what I mean? For some reason, for me, and for most of the kids I knew at the time, that when they turned 25, it just kind of, like, clicked. Like, oh, I should stop fooling around and get to actually go to work. Yeah, it's rough, and yes, you're old. Yep, you are old. The quarantine cabin? My daughter called it the Kobe cabin, but it's just my 3D printer workspace. Is that where 0 day happened? Is that where you caught the sniffles? Democrats hire ex-gang member for a key diversity position. President Joe Biden may have alienated unions with his decision to cancel the Keystone XL pipeline, but congressional Democrats have a new strategy to retain big labor's greatest political asset, its mafia ties, by hiring mobsters directly. Well, that's good. Mobsters need jobs too. With the new influx of illegal immigrants coming across the border, which they're coming across in droves, the most diverse administration in history may have an endless supply of gang members to add to the politically correct employment pool. The Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee, led by the new chairman, Representative Sean Patrick, recently tapped Daiwan Tatro, a convicted felon who confessed to shooting 2 rival gang members, as its senior advisor for diversity and inclusion. Tatro was described as the trigger man for the original Gangsta Killers street gang, which also participated in the razor slashing of another victim. He also admitted to making at least $12,000 a month dealing drugs and conspired to traffic more than 50 grams of crack cocaine. In fairness, Tatro's efforts to rise above his circumstances, much like those touted by former President Donald Trump as part of his criminal justice reforms, are well documented. I do believe everybody has a right to a second chance. If he's not doing this shit right now, I mean, maybe he got reformed. It happens. It actually does happen sometimes. Tatro was featured in the 2019 PBS documentary College Behind Bars and obtained his bachelor's degree while serving a 6-year sentence for racketeering and conspiracy. He also participated in a 3-person prison debate team that garnered headlines by defeating the Harvard team. That's impressive. Wow, they're going to make a movie about this guy. Nevertheless, the move may not have been a good look for the left amid concerns that its own prison reform agenda may be a bridge too far. Vice President Kamala Harris advocated for the Minnesota Freedom Fund, which bailed out violent and dangerous offenders during last year's protracted, vehicle race altercations. Squad members such as Anya Presley, who have called for even more criminal rights, and many George Soros-funded district attorneys have refused to prosecute serious offenses, unless, of course, they are committed by conservative Trump supporters. It is certainly on brand for criminal coddling Democrats, but for the rest of America, it will find it disturbing that a murderous gang member is holding a prominent position with the DCCC, said New York State Republican Party Chairman Nick Langworthy. Second chances are one thing, but I would have to question Congressman Maloney's judgment to put someone with such a violent past at the top of their organization, he added. Democrats shrugged off the criticism, emphasizing that Tatro had paid his dues. And so far from what I've heard, I haven't seen anything that said he didn't. So good for him. I'd probably disagree with him on a lot of things, but if you're not going to go back to that way of life, by all means, have your second chance, third chance, fourth chance, right? Dewan is a formerly incarcerated person who has worked hard to change the trajectory of his life through the education and service to his community. A DCCC spokesman said he has served his time for the crimes he committed and is now a national leader in the bipartisan movement to reform our criminal justice system and bring meaningful improvements to the educational system in American prisons. All good things. I think we have a big problem with our prisons. Hopefully, since he's seen the inside, he'll have some actually good ways of hoping and making things a little bit better. And actually, one of the biggest things about prison that I dislike is it just turns them in and they come right back. I do think there should be more programs in there. I think they should focus on rehabilitation and getting them out of the system like that. Obviously, there's some people you just can't reach. Cool hand Luke. In fact, hiring him for an influential position in politics might help prevent him from committing more violent crimes in the future, said a spokesman. I don't know. Politics? I think you get away with more crimes in politics. Such critical work breaks cycle of racism by making sure that more people leave prison with the skills to hold down a job and contribute to their communities, he said. Tetro, for his part, wasn't shy about saying his top priority was finding ways of tapping into the prison population as potential voters to further expand Democrats' base of power. Okay, I'm definitely going to disagree with you on that. I know if you are currently in prison, I don't think you should vote. If you're not in prison and you are a free man, then I could say, okay. This past election cycle has emphasized how electoral politics affects the daily lives of each and every American, as well as the centrality of the African American vote to winning elections, he said. I am honored to be joining the DCC to work on a number of these issues at the nexus of politics, diversity, and equality and inclusion. Boom. All three of my kids are in their 30s, Mr. TB9 says. Sorry to hear that, Mr. TB9. My kid is going to be turning 20? Yeah, she's going to be turning 20 in April. You want to have a daughter in her 40s, you can adopt me. I dumped the load just a few years sooner, Bikes. That's where I caught the 3D printer bug. Where? Mr. Tommy Boy 9? I just couldn't hold back any longer. My fault. Just got done eating dinner and sitting here with a smoke. Perfect timing. Heck yeah, thousands of prisoners find Jesus while in jail. Didn't say they don't. A lot of other ones just go out and repeat too. But I'm all for giving people a second chance. I don't even think that we should have a parole or bail. Or not bail. I don't think we should have, like, once you're out of jail, you should be done. If you're so dangerous, and I don't care what crime, I absolutely do not care what crime you committed. Name a crime, I don't care. If you get out of jail because you served your time, there ain't no reason you should have to check in with anybody. You should be done. You should have all your rights returned to you as well. No free man shall be barred the use of arms. If you're a free man, then you should have free man rights. If you're too much of a danger to society not to be free and you have to go meet with somebody every month, then you should stay behind bars. Just my opinion. Evening BP. No better time or place. Jesus forgives all sins. That's why they came up with reach around. Yeah. Here in Maine, they just let the prisoners vote. But Maine is conservative. It's totally conservative, man. You should call it totally... No. Nope. Thanks for trying, but nope. I'll visit sometime, but nope. Democratic congressman sues Trump over rolling Capitol siege, so it begins. A Democratic congressman accused Donald Trump in a federal lawsuit on Tuesday of inciting the siege at the U.S. Capitol and of conspiring without evidence with his lawyer and extremist groups to try to prevent the Senate from certifying the result of the presidential election he lost to Joe Biden. The lawsuit from Mississippi Representative Thompson, chairman of the House Homeland Security Committee, is part of an expected wave. This is only the beginning of litigation over the January 6th riot and is believed to be the first filed by a member of Congress that seeks unspecified punitive and compensative damages. The case also names as defendants the Republican former president's personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, and groups including the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers, organizations that had members charged by the Justice Department with taking part in the siege. The Trump advisor Jason Miller said in a statement Tuesday that Trump did not organize the rally that preceded the thing, and did not incite or conspire to incite any violence at the Capitol on the 6th. A lawyer for Giuliani did not immediately return an email seeking comment. The suit filed in federal court in Washington under a Reconstruction-era law known as the Triple K Act comes 3 days after Trump was acquitted in a Senate impeachment trial that centered on allegations that he incited the get-together in which 5 people died. The acquittal is likely to open the door to fresh legal scrutiny over Trump's action before and during the siege. Additionally, additional suits could be brought out by other members of Congress or by law enforcement officers injured while responding to the unrest. They are going to ruin him financially. Even some Republicans who voted to acquit Trump on Saturday acknowledged that the more proper venue to deal with Trump was in the courts, especially now that he had left the White House and lost certain legal protections that shielded him as president. The suit traces the drawn-out effort by Trump and Giuliani to cast doubt on the election. Despite evidence to the contrary, the suit says the men portrayed the election as daft, while Trump endorsed rather than discouraged threats of misconduct from his angry supporters in the weeks leading up to the assault on the Capitol. The carefully orchestrated series of events that unfolded at the Save America rally and the storming of the Capitol was no accident or coincidence, the suit says. It was the intended and foreseeable culmination of a carefully coordinated campaign to interfere with the legal process required to confirm the tally of votes cast in Electoral College. Yada, yada. No better time or place. Oh, I read that. Heil Mini Stash. What?
Because I said that person who wore a toothbrush mustache might make it to heaven if he repented in time.
That is not for us, and it's not that chat. But that's only the court jails, because that's short term. Okay. Not prisons, but jails. Gotcha, Gerald B. They go on fishing for patriots. Charlie Chaplin. That's right, little girl, Charlie Chaplin. That person never killed anybody in WW2. He had people do it for him, LOL. Well, Biden, Obama never droned anybody personally. and neither did George W. Bush. Right? They didn't drone anybody personally. They just had other people do it. Phoenix Ammo is refusing to sell ammo to Biden voters. Really? Is that a company or what exactly is Phoenix Ammo? I'm guessing it's Arizona stuff related. But that's some bullshit. How dare... I won't. I would like to know more about that so that I make sure that I don't give them my business. Don't hit me, Riddle. Oh, snap. Chuck Chaplin. Shame on me. Yep. Thinking the wrong person with the toothbrush mustache. In a good news situation, at least somewhat good news, Tennessee proposes a bill allowing fathers to veto abortion. Tennessee lawmakers proposed a bill this week that would allow biological fathers to prevent abortions. The bill, introduced by Republican State Senator Mark Potty, would allow the father to petition a court with jurisdiction over domestic relations matters to request an injunction to prohibit a woman who is pregnant with the person's unborn child from obtaining abortion. It passed on a second consideration last Thursday and will now move to the Senate Judiciary Committee. Republican House Representative Jerry Sexton introduced the same bill last Wednesday, and it passed first considerations the next day. An injunction would be granted to the father only if there was evidence that the woman was actively considering an abortion, and if there was evidence that the man was the father. However, the bill does not require DNA evidence. Well, obviously, that's kind of hard to do while the baby is still in vitro. In vitro. There you go. An injunction would be granted to the father only if there was evidence that the woman was. Oh, read that. Once the court grants the injunction, a hearing with both parties must be held within 14 days. If a woman violates the injunction and still gets an abortion, the court may hold the respondent in civil or criminal contempt and punish the respondent in accordance with the law, the bill states. Sounds like a slap on the wrist. If the bill passes and is signed into law by the governor, they would take effect on July 1st. There's a good chance the bill succeeds since Tennessee has passed similarly strict abortion restrictions recently. Last summer, Tennessee Governor Bill Lee signed a bill into law that banned abortion as early as 6 weeks into pregnancy. Wow. Here's the question. Without DNA evidence, how do you prove you're the father? You know, she could very well just say, no, he's not the dad. I cheated on him totally. How do you prove that one way or the other? The law also prohibited abortions if a doctor is aware the decision is motivated by the race or sex of the baby, or a diagnosis of Down syndrome. It's messed up. We have designer baby stuff going on here in America in this day and age. You know, you hear about it in China, how they kill the girls because they want sons to pass on their legacy and they can only have one child, but that shit happens here too. Not the right sex. It's a boy or it's a girl. They don't want that. They want this, right? They cheated on their man and with a black guy, and they know that baby's going to be black, and they don't want to have that happen. So instead of getting busted by your, boyfriend or husband, you're going to get that abortion, and he'll never know. Right? And worse yet, if the baby has Down syndrome. No, I don't want to deal with that for the rest of my life. So I'm going to just let that go. Okay. Federal court blocked the bill soon after, but Lee praised it as the most conservative pro-life piece of legislation in the country. Okay, so I'm guessing, I don't know which one they blocked. Life is precious, and everything that is precious is worth protecting. We know that in Tennessee, he said all the time. Phoenix, I read that. Where is it? Broken Patriot. Boom. Thank you. This gun shop says it won't do business with Biden voters. A Michigan-based ammunition shop is refusing to sell to any customer who voted for President Joe Biden in the 2020 election. We've had a few potential customers call this morning to ask why they have to check a box stating they did not vote for Joe Biden in order to purchase our ammunition. Wow. The answer, Joe Biden ran on a campaign built on the most radical gun control platform a major party candidate has ever had, including banning an online sale of ammunition. This, says Phoenix, is essentially a plan to bankrupt our country. In a series of follow-up tweets, the company stressed that it's perfectly willing to give up potential sales to people who voted for Biden. We're dead serious, Phoenix tweeted. We don't want your money, and you shouldn't want us to have it because we're going to use it to make more ammo. Sell it to the citizenry, and do everything in our power to prevent Joe Biden's administration from usurping the rights of Americans. We have no problem talking to Biden voters and educating them on what they did. What you did wrong here, see? But they have to be willing to acknowledge their ignorance at the very least. Oh my God, these people are full of themselves. We are not going to sit here and debate with you. We are a 2A company, and these are our first principles. Phoenix Ammunitions, spelled with the F, announcement has provoked a wave of positive attention from the right. Many are applauding the company for sticking up for its beliefs and declining to do business with people it sees as a threat to its business model. I can't believe. Red team versus blue team. It's red team versus blue team. These people are applauding the fact that we are singling out groups now because they didn't do what we wanted them to do. For whatever reason. Oops, didn't need to do that. Wow. Private company tweeted perennial MAGA gadfly Jack Prosavic. The implication, get away from me. Because it's a private company, can do what it wants. His right, of course. Phoenix is perfectly within its rights to reject customers who voted for Biden or for any other reason related to a person's politics. So is Twitter and YouTube and Facebook and Reddit and so on. Yeah, when it comes to these private companies rejecting customers based on their ideological beliefs and potential political statements, Pacific and many others on the right have been whining and objecting nonstop. They insist it violates their rights somehow. They champion proposals to force these private actors to carry speech they disagree with and cater to customers' bases they find objectionable. They support federal action. Yeah, here's the thing. If this company is, and it sounds like they're seriously doing this, then I don't want to hear them bitch. Not one bit about how they can't be on YouTube because they keep getting striked. You're a private company, you can do what you want. Well, so are they. Now, yeah, they have Section 230, but I mean, you're going to play with like that. Some bullshit. Chuck, let's see. You get a DNS test. It's a bit harder and it's very common. Okay. Finally, someone trying to do something to protect the baby lives. I'm trying. I visited their site last week, and Phoenix as well is out of stock on all of their ammo. Something else is up with these ammo manufacturers. Yeah, why can't I find a primer to save my life? That's the main thing. Crazy, right? Yeah, that is crazy, Broken Patriot. It's sad. It's really sad that you have people on the right applauding that, when we on the right are also saying how we're getting censored all the time, and we're hoping that somebody will listen to us and make it right. And then we do the same damn thing. We're doing the same damn thing. I had to tuck my wifey in bed. She'd be tired. Sorry to hear that, Mr. T-Ben. I hope she's feeling better. Stop working her so hard. Yep. I'm looking for my 45 ammo, but I found a lot of 9 and 5.56. Well, that's good. I haven't looked for ammo in a long time, and I haven't shot any ammo in a long time, to be honest. I actually thought about casting some 300 Blackout today because I got a new mold a few weeks back. I haven't tried it out yet, but then I was like, oh, I gotta smoke it. I don't want to smoke it. I don't know where my wooden matches are. Online or local? I would imagine it's online. In my basement, I have to have at least 1,000 rounds plus. I do not have 1,000 rounds, but I don't think I'm gonna need it. I think I'll be done way before I get through 1,000 rounds. One way or the other. Weirdest time ever trying to find it. Also, 762 by 51 308 non-existent. Primers on gunbroker.com. Are they? How's it look? I usually look at Gunbroker, and I have never bought anything from them because they're always horribly overpriced. However, as I said before, I would overpay for primers. Maybe. Let's see. Small pistol primers. $205. For how many? That better be a shit ton. Hold on. Let me share this with everybody. Can I share it with everybody? No. Oh, did I just screw up my chat? I think I did. All right. Dang it. Oops. Small rifle primers. $199. How many do you get? 500? Wait. Seriously? I can get 500 primers for $200? Oh, I might sell some of mine. Holy shit. 500 primers. Okay, so 1,000 primers back in the day was $30. $30 for 1,000 primers. Small rifle primers here. Let's see, how many? 100 pack. You telling me it's $40 for 100? Oh my goodness. Nope. Nope. All right. I'm just gonna get my other one. My other chat, since I screwed that one up. If you think about this private company crap with civil rights in the 60s, it really gets people fired up. Yep. A lot of private companies didn't want to have certain people at their storefronts. Both online and local here, the gun shops are stealing with their prices locally. $65 for a box of 50 at 45. Douchebags bikes. Bikes I've been looking for soft point 308 since June. Even in Maine, you can't find them. Well, that's good to know because I was wanting to make an AR-10 308, but I guess that's not going to happen. I don't have, I mean, I have molds to make 30 caliber rifle bullets, which probably would work. And I can just get a sizing die to make it work. But once again, primers, right? Got me a slide barrel complete upper on eBay for 150 bucks for a car CW45. Oh, I'll sell it $500 for $1,000. I have at least 500 primers, small rifle. I have 500. Yeah, I think I have right about 500 small rifle primers, and I have like 2,500 small pistol primers, which you can use for small rifle. I just haven't gotten around to doing it because every one is precious. I can't replace them, especially not at that price. Yep, these mofos are rude about it when you inquire with them all about it. No morals. I have a brick off wolf primers. I'll let go for $200. I have 1,000 rifle primers, but need to find them separate from my powder. Just have to find them. Well, I'm willing to trade stuff for primers, but I don't even know. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, if you trade for primers, like in today's climate, you'd have to trade for something also that's really hard to find, right? Really hard to find. I have some 45 caliber, 45 ACP, HST, federal HSTs. If you know anything about the federal HSTs, they're an amazing round. Right? That's what I carry. Oh, I got fuzz on there. I need a pocket lint. What the hell? My gun needs to be clean. But I mean, that's basically the only thing I could think of that's hard to find right now is ammunition. And then I'm trading ammunition for primers, which is, I don't know, it's kind of even, I guess. I can get ammo, but you have to buy a damn pallet load. And I don't have a warehouse to store them. I have quite a bit of those soft nose saved up for their other purposes. I use soft points in my deer gun, in my wife's deer gun. Nice. Biden extends pandemic help for homeowners. Renters have to wait. President Joe Biden is extending a ban on housing foreclosures to June 30th. Well, that's good. Guess what? You're still going to owe every damn penny. And come June 30th, if he doesn't extend it, you're out on your ass. To help homeowners struggling during the sniffle pandemic, the moratorium on foreclosures and federally guaranteed mortgages have been set to expire on March 31st. On his first day in office, Biden had extended the moratorium to January 31st. Census Bureau figures show that almost 12% of homeowners with mortgages were late on their payments. The White House said the coordinated actions announced Tuesday by the Department of Housing and Urban Development, Veterans Affairs, and Agriculture will also extend to June 30th the enrollment window for borrowers who want to request mortgage payment forbearance, a pause to reduction on payments, and will provide up to 6 additional months of forbearance for borrowers who entered forbearance on or before June 30th of last year. The White House says more than 10 million homeowners are behind on mortgage payments, and Biden's actions are to help keep people in their homes amid a housing affordability crisis triggered by the pandemic. It says homeowners will receive urgently needed relief as we face an unprecedented national emergency. They're facing this crisis because you took away their jobs and their ability to make a dollar, to be honest. And you scared the living shit out of them, too. Let's not forget that. Absolutely scared the living shit out of them. Biden's administration says extending forbearance policies will provide critical support to homeowners of color who make up a disproportionate share of borrowers having trouble paying their loans because of hardships related to the pandemic. The actions announced Tuesday do not address a federal memorandum through March 30th on evictions of tenants who have fallen behind rent. So those are for homeowners, not for anybody who's renting. If you're renting, you're SOL. SOL. I have brass bullets primers, but haven't put anything together yet. Just supplied myself with the thought, what if? What if is good enough, says Bikes. Damn straight. Well, as I said, I have a few things that I think are worth some primers at some point. Right now, I don't know how difficult it is to find a aluminum paperweight, but I do have a few aluminum paperweights that I can mail to anybody in the United States. These are for trade for the most part because I'm not really planning on building anything. I'm keeping one or two behind for myself, but I've got like 5 or 6 of them at least. So that's something I could trade. I could trade some self-protection bullets. As I said, I have HSTs. I have 124 grain HSTs for the 9mm plus P, and then I have the 45 HSTs as well. If anybody would be interested in that, if not, I understand it too, because primers are hard to find. The NASCAR news hoax leads to social justice changes for 2021. As NASCAR prepares to start its 2021 season, the organization has introduced several new social justice theme initiatives to its presentation and messaging, as reported by Breitbart. The changes come after heavy controversy last year regarding one black driver, William Bubba Wallace, faked a hate crime against himself. Wallace claimed that a noose was found tied in his garage, which he believed was targeting him as a black man. An FBI investigation found that the noose was actually a normal rope used to operate the garage door, and Wallace was widely ridiculed on social media for the hoax. Nevertheless, Wallace has continued to promote the radical Black Lives Matter messaging, including having the slogan painted on his car and wearing a shirt that reads, "I can't breathe." NASCAR President Steve Phelps has been accommodating the changes that Wallace and other far-left activists demanded of the sport, including banning the Confederate flag from any NASCAR racetrack. Phelps claimed without evidence that a poll of NASCAR fans found overwhelming support for such moves. I highly doubt it. That's a freedom of speech issue. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of fans of NASCAR were fans of NASCAR because it seemed like it was the only original sport with the original values. I wouldn't say original values, but, you know, like old school shit. And now they've even fell to that crap. It was a moment in time back in June that seemed for us it was the right time to act, Phelps explained. I think it was the right time for our country. I think it was the right time for our sport. The response to that was fantastic. In addition, the institution changes made by Phelps, Wallace has signed numerous sponsorship deals with corporations such as DoorDash, McDonald's, and Dr. Pepper that will feature radically themed commercials to promote Black Lives Matter messages and Black History Month. Nevertheless, Wallace and NASCAR have faced ridicule for the changes from longtime fans since perpetuating the hoax against himself. Wallace has been repeatedly booed by fans in the stadium, and audience have even cheered whenever he crashes. I could see myself doing that. If I watched NASCAR, if I went to one of these things, I would totally be doing that. I'm a bitch. I can't help it. I'm a petty bitch. Let's see. I waited on getting 9mm dies till I could save up some brass. Yeah, I'm really good on 9mm. Like, as I said, I have like 2,500 small pistol primers. It's not a lot. That's like 2.5 boxes, and 2.5 boxes like $75 worth at the time. Back in the day, it was $30 for a box of 1,000. So I had 2,500 of them. I have about 500 of the small rifle primers, which, 500 of those is like $15. Nowadays, they're going for a lot more than that. Bubba is driving the 2-3 car now. I think Jordan is the owner of the car. Oh, man. 6 paperweights and all the parts to build. Maybe used to barter. I don't have all the parts to build. I'd have to buy those. If I gave out all the parts and the paperweight, man, that'd have to be a lot of primers. That'd have to be a lot of primers, because that, even in today's climate, that's, $700-800. Probably 600 for like the basic $600. Would be a good price to sell complete 80s carbine or pistols. What would be a good price to sell complete 80%ers? First of all, I can't complete it. I cannot. If I complete it, I'm not allowed to sell it. I ain't selling it. I don't care what you... I love you, Mr. Tommy Boy 9. I ain't going to jail for you. I love you, OMG. I ain't going to jail for you. I ain't going to jail for none of you motherfuckers. And I wouldn't expect you to go to jail for me, so I'm not breaking the no law. However, if you want to buy or barter the paperweight and finish it yourself, we can negotiate that. But I can't mill it out for you, because that's against the law. And I'm not going to do that. My finger is healing nicely, although it want to be going up in for a while. He should have been fired, inciting a hate hoax. What the fuck is the world come to? Right? Jordan and Hamlin own the team. I'm talking about me doing it. Okay. If somebody really done the news, they would have been fired. Well, it wasn't. It was just a stupid loop like everybody had in every single garage. Cost of a single Bitcoin exceeds $50,000 for the first time ever. Little girl was just showing me our cryptocurrency that she started. She'd gotten $40 free of crypto, a Bitcoin, long time ago, like a couple years back. And now it's over $200. The $40 that we got for free. Kind of wish we had to put a little bit of money into it now. Not a lot, but a little bit. The seemingly unstoppable rise of Bitcoin continued Tuesday, with the cost of a single unit of the digital currency rising above $50,000 for the first time. The same Bitcoin just 1 year ago would have cost you $10,000. The price is up almost 200% in the last 3 months alone. Wow. 3 months, 200%. Maybe this is where everybody's jumping onto right now that was doing the whole GameStop thing. Bitcoin is rallying as more companies signal the volatile digital currency could eventually gain widespread acceptance as means of payment. The vast majority of those who have acquired Bitcoin have treated it as a commodity like gold, with few places accepting it in exchange for goods and services. Companies have been leery because of Bitcoin's volatility and its use by parties who want to avoid the traditional banking system for a myriad of reasons. On Tuesday, the price crossed and recrossed the 50,000 barrier at least a half a dozen times before the 10 a.m. By the way, if you think Bitcoin is safe and not traceable, you are wrong. We had a couple cases of some terrorists that were using Bitcoin and got busted. Now, obviously, they might have been stupid, but believe me, they want you, and they want to know where your money's going. If you have enough of it, your little slice of retirement, probably not. Mine, probably not. But if we start doing some devious things, if we start meeting in secret groups, out in secret places, talking about nefarious shit, Oh, I would imagine that we're going to get hacked pretty quick. Last Monday, however, the electric car company Tesla sent a tremor through the digital currency market, saying it was buying 1.5 billion in Bitcoin as part of a new investment strategy, and that it would soon be accepting Bitcoin in exchange for its cars. The Blue Ridge Bank of Charlottesville, Virginia, said that it would become the first commercial bank to provide access to Bitcoin at its branches. The regional bank said Wednesday that cardholders can purchase and redeem Bitcoins at 19 of its ATMs. Interesting. So there's a thought. Maybe get into Bitcoin. I do have some, if you're not into Bitcoin, I do have some links down below that you can get. I think it was $10 for your Bitcoin, which ain't much now, but I don't know. Put $100 into it, see what happens if you have $100 to spend. And lastly, apparently there was another shooting in Arizona at a mall. I'm not even going to cover it because we're almost out of time. So that is pretty much it. I'm not into crypto at all, but it looks good. I don't know, man. I've never put money into Bitcoin, but I kind of want to. I'm not going to lie. I think I might put $100 into it. Just see what happens. If I lose and that's how I gamble. Like, I don't gamble a lot. I gamble once in a while. The last time I gambled was years ago. Like, I don't even remember how long ago it's been, that many years. Probably like 5 years ago-ish. I don't know. But it's been a long time. When I do go gamble, though, oh no, it was when we went to through Vegas to my sister's in Idaho. So that would have been, that was slot machines. So that would have been like 2 years ago. Right? But when I go gambling, I take a certain amount and I leave all the credit cards at home. And usually it's right around $100. So why not? Why not throw $100 into that and see what happens? Worst case scenario, I lose it all. I doubt I'll lose it all. You know, at least at the casino, I can lose it all. You know, when you're putting it into silver, gold, or Bitcoin even, I doubt you're going to lose everything. Ask a 2A lawyer. Hold on. It's not legal unless you make it with the purpose of selling it. Okay, if you're talking about an 80% lower, it is illegal if I sell it, whether I had the intention to sell it at the beginning or not. Okay, I know this because it matters to me and I looked into it a lot. If I have an 80% lower and I manufacture that into a firearm, that is now my firearm. The only way I can pass that on to anybody is to a relative in my passing. I can will it to my next of kin. That's it. I cannot sell it. Ask it to a lawyer. Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate the suggestion. I didn't say it was a complete firearm until someone that buys it can do it himself by cutting it out and calling it his. Yeah, there you go. Wish Dodge would hit 50K. LOL, I'd buy everyone something nice. What's Doge? What's Doge?
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin?
We have some.
Oh yeah, we bought some of that, didn't we?
Yep.
You actually put money into Dogecoin?
Yep.
Like $20?
Yep.
Yeah, you need to put more into that too. I'm not into crypto at all, but it looks good. How much time does Joe Biden have before he strokes? I don't know. We could put some odds on that. I think it's got to be at least 2 years, right? So I'm gonna put my bets on 2022, October 2022. Is that good enough? Backed by gold, and you can cash it in and get your gold. Ooh, what's this? Apollo FinTech. Create a new Apollo FinTech CDE account. Cool. I'm not really planning on getting anything. Dude, I'm already confused enough with my 3D printer. I don't need any more confusion in my life. Biden got about 5 minutes till he starts stroking. They're saying he has a body double already in public, Mr. TB9. I find the Fuff Busters video and share it. Okay. You do you. If you want to build it and you want to sell it, by all means, you do you, bro. The research that I did for myself is enough for me. But by all means, you follow your own path. Is that even a real Joe Biden? I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. If it's your first time here, which I really highly doubt it is, but if it is, please do check out the descriptions below. We have all the causes I believe in and support down there, including Irish USMC Vets GoFundMe for Rally Point Irish, a location where he's trying to set up where veterans can come and live room and board free while learning a new skill like farming, blacksmithing, or gunsmithing. Other than that, you have all the places that you can follow me and all the ways you can donate to the channel if you so choose to do so. If you want to help my channel, though, without spending a dime, sharing the content is the best way. And especially now that we're having such issues with YouTube. The last few weeks or the last month or so has been a real strain on me, and I can't lie, it has gotten me down a few times. A few times it has gotten me to the point where, like, why am I even doing this shit? You know, I especially on Poison Stinger 2, because, you know, on Poison Stinger 1, it's not that great. I enjoy hanging out with you guys. That is the main reason. That's what keeps me coming back, right? Keeps me coming back is hanging out with you guys. But looking at the numbers hurts, especially on Poison Stinger 2. Like when you see 15 views and you're used to seeing about 120, and 120 is really small too. And it's not really about, you know, I know I'm shadow banned. I know I'm not going to be allowed to actually succeed on YouTube. But at the same time, I do want to reach people. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, as I said, I've been struggling with it here and there. But the main reason why I keep coming back and I keep doing these is because I really do enjoy hanging out with you guys. And I think it matters. I think with some of the private conversations we've had with a few people that watch, I think it matters. I think it matters a lot. So I will continue to do it, no matter how many people watch or don't watch. But I really do appreciate everybody who checked it out. It's a crypto backed by gold. Do you think Trump should take Joe behind the gym? Yes, Mr. TB9. Trump and Joe behind the gym, they would both end up dead. LOL, they would have to Harry attack. I bet you they would have other people stand in for him, to be honest. Trump might give it a go. He seems rowdy enough to at least attempt to throw. You know, but after one, he'd probably have somebody else do the rest. I had to get that question in before the stream ended. No problem, bro. No problem. Anyway, that's all I got. Thank you very much. Once again, as I said, I will... Oh, by the way, the Poison Stinger 2 channel strikes should be ending on Thursday. So either Thursday or Friday, we should be back on the main channel for however long before we get struck again. The next strike on that channel will be the final strike on that channel, though. So if I get one more strike, that channel is gone, and that's a sad time. Now, I kind of been preparing for it, right? I kind of see the writing on the wall. It's just kind of sad. I started that channel back when YouTube was a thing, when it first started. When we had the star system, 1 through 5 stars. I had never gotten in trouble with YouTube. I was always within YouTube's guidelines. Very rarely did I get out of YouTube's guidelines. A couple of videos, I think, with songs on them, I did, right? That back in the day when they'd shut you down for that, which like they did tonight. But I don't know, man. I started the channel just sharing videos of my daughter. And I have her learning to ride a bike on there. I have my first attempt at a lightsaber thing with lightsaber spatula, which was really fun to do. You know, so there's a lot of great memories on YouTube that I've done over the years. And if that channel goes away, it's going to be a sad time for me. Because I have poured everything into that channel over the years, here and there. I've taken my breaks, and I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, so I'm about probably at the subscriber limit that I'll ever get to. But or even if I was allowed to grow on YouTube, because I mean there was plenty of times when I wasn't being shadow banned that I could have grown and I didn't really. So I don't know. That's on me mostly, but at the same time, I really don't want to see it go. Really don't want to see it go. But if it does, it does. And we will roll with the punches. By the way, has anybody looked up to see if the Paycheck Patriot has been taken? I'm going to check. I bet it has. I bet there's got to be a Paycheck Patriot out there. Why is my search bar so small? Let's see. Few paychecks, Patriot Federal Credit Union. No, I don't think so. Wow. Damn it. I should have called it that. 7 here, Mr. TB9, Sinkhole. What? Yeah, leaving 20 degrees here. Thanks. Great chat. Thumbs up the video. Thank you very much, Irish. I had that. Okay. And that's it. All right, guys. I will see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Until then, make sure to keep your family close. Watch out for that government. And try to live as free as you can in the tyrannical world we find ourselves living in. God bless. Peace.
Trading my freedom for the price on my head. Well, I say go, go.